On January 27th, 2015, we had a little girl, Madelyn, and she ended up having some complications. She swallowed some fluid at birth and had some breathing issues, so she was admitted to the NICU.
We spent a couple days kind of working on her breathing, and then she developed an infection that ultimately she never did recover from and passed away. Our family was heartbroken, devastated. One of the worst things that can happen to a family is losing a child.
It was so tough on me and my wife and on our boys as well, even though they never got to meet her.
We started receiving bills from the hospital and then also from the funeral home. We just kind of commented on how difficult that would be if we couldn't afford some of the payments. So we kind of had this idea of like, we should do something to help families that are in need, because this is some of the most stressful times in your life, and you know, the financial aspect shouldn't be the major stressor. You should be able to focus your energy on your family.
We wanted to somehow honor her and help the community by starting a charity.
We partnered with Novant in the spring of 2016 and decided to start Madelyn's Fund in honor of Madelyn. Our mission through Madelyn's Fund is to help families in need who have a child in the NICU with related expenses, as well as those who experience the loss of a child, to help them with the funeral costs.
Most of the referrals that we've received have been from the hospital social workers. It can be anything from requesting for car repair assistance so that families that live out of town can travel back and forth.
We've been getting requests for things like car seats, pack and plays, electricity bills, rent, things that we can take off the family when they really need it, so they can be able to come to the hospital and see their child.
Madelyn's Fund is such a blessing for this community because there really are very few resources out there and available to all families that can support financially the cost of a burial, of a funeral service, and most are limited to residency. So the wonderful thing about Madelyn's Fund is that we've supported families across counties in North Carolina.
When I found out I was having a son, it was the best thing I ever heard. But when you find out he's coming 24 weeks, you hope nothing's going to be wrong, of course, but then the doctors tell you 24 weeks is the line of a healthy life, and before that, there's really not much expectancy of life.
Right at midnight when he turned 24 weeks, just about maybe 5 or 6 hours after that, he came. After Owen was immediately admitted to the NICU, and we met with the social worker, she mentioned us about the Madelyn's Fund. Once we submitted the paper in, within about maybe a week or two, we were able to get $400 worth of gas cards, which helped us out a lot because we live an hour away from the hospital and we drive there every single day. So it was definitely a weight lifted off our shoulders, because now we weren't so concerned about all the outside stuff. We could focus a lot more on our son and his well-being.
Hey, buddy. Can you look at that? Them backing us took a lot of that stress off of me, a lot of it. And it's just great to know they're there. It really is. It's very comforting, very, very comforting, and that people are there that can relieve you in times like this and that understand what you're going through.
Bringing some sort of hope to families is a goal, just because we want them to know that, you know, we're a family that experienced something similar to them.
3, 2, 1, let her go!
Honoring her and doing this for her and for the other families, I think she would be proud, and I think that's what keeps us going sometimes.
I always think about how loved she would feel just knowing so many people are supporting us through our efforts so we can help other families. It means so much to have that support.